just not being there for those guys. But it is the way it is. This business is a very tough one. Injuries do happen. Accidents like mine happen all the time. I'm not the first victim, so just kind of take it all in. At first I was super frustrated and super sad about how everything has turned out, but I'm still walking. I'm still smiling. I'm still talking to you guys right here, so I'm happy now.
Aaron, I know Chris probably asked you, but just what is your future? Do you plan to continue playing?
Don't know yet. I'll probably go upstairs for a little bit and ask how much time do I have before I give a final decision. Like I told Chip, it's been back and forth with I'm gonna play this year to I feel good not playing. I've been doing it for so long. It's just pretty much all I've known. It's change can be scary sometimes, but this offseason made me realize that how precious life really is. Getting carted off again into an ambulance, into the emergency room, having your family being stressed and worrying about my health, it was very frustrating. But it's one of those things where I don't want to make a rational decision just by coming back today and seeing all the guys and being happy to be here, and then make a decision and say, yeah, I'll be here. But then maybe 2 weeks later they say, oh, your health isn't, you can't do it. So I'm going to go upstairs and communicate with the guys and see how long it will take before I get a final decision.
Until they need to know from you, do you mean? Is that what you mean?
I'm going to go out because I don't have an answer for them yet.
Okay.
So I need to know what's my time frame is looking like before I make that final decision.
How do you think you'll eventually reach that decision? Is it just reflection and more thought?
Just being with my family, talking to some of my teammates, talking to coaches, talking to the staff. It's everything, saying my prayers, just realizing what's important in life. I know football is very important to me, but how important is it for my future?
Aaron, do you think that you can ever get yourself back to a spot where you just feel fully comfortable and not having to worry?
Well, that's why it's kind of a hard decision for me to make right now, because in my heart, I haven't given you guys the Aaron Williams that I know I can give y'all. I've been in 2 unfortunate situations where I've been out of the season, and it's very frustrating because I know that I can be an impact player and I can help this team out and I can help this city bring playoff appearance and if playoff wins and if not a Super Bowl. But if I'm not out there, it's kind of it's terrible. But man, it's to the point now, man, where it's just like now I'm getting emotional about talking about it, because before I hated talking to you guys, absolutely did. But now it's just like it's one of those things where I'm gonna miss. So I'm gonna take my time with this, really, because I really do love this game. I love my teammates. I love my coaches. I love my owners. They're exceptional to this team. So we'll see where it takes us.
What does your family express to you about
No, they gave me their honest opinion. They think that it's time to step away, honestly, and I can understand where they come from and how they see that. They've seen me go in ambulance twice in 2 years now. So, but man, you can't stop what your heart is telling you to do. So we'll see where it goes.
Have doctors told you that you can continue to play if you want to?
Yeah, they said I can come back and play, but they told me that last year. And this same thing happened. So what happens if I say, I'm gonna play next year, and I get the same hit? Will I be here talking to you guys again? Will I be walking? It's those thoughts that always in my mind. I don't sleep. My mind runs 1,000 miles an hour thinking about what I'm gonna do.
What did you think of the hit from Landry?
At first, I thought you could say it was dirty. I say it was somewhat dirty, but at the same time, the guy is playing football. The man's doing his job. Could he handle it a total different way of blocking me? Absolutely. And there's no doubt in my mind that whole situation could have been different. I'm not going to go into, I have hard feelings with Jarvis, and it's none of that. It has nothing to do with that. The man's playing the game. Before, just like in ESPN, all these big hits that everybody loved to see, that's stuff that I loved and enjoyed, but when you're actually involved in that situation, you're like, okay, wow, that was real scary. Like, we need to figure out a safety precaution about stuff like that. So Nothing against Jarvis. I haven't heard from him, and I don't need to. He's just making a play. I don't have anything against him. So, yeah.
Do you have any lasting symptoms from that hit? Any nerve issues or anything? Nothing?
How do you weigh those thoughts of wanting to get back out there and playing, but knowing that you've made some money in this league and you got to play the NFL game? How hard is that?
Yeah, I made my money, and it's great. It's great to say that. But I'm at the point in my career now, man, forget money. I'm trying to make history. That's greater than money for me. It's longevity. Everybody's going to know your name. Everybody's going to know you were part of that team that broke that streak and brought this city what they've been waiting for. So as far as weighing my options, man, I can't. It's hard. It's like a tipping scale. You got a lot of pros and you got a lot of cons. Sometimes you don't want to listen to the cons. Sometimes that's one of the more important things that I've learned, that you have to listen to the cons more than the pros.
Have you been back in Texas most of the time? And I would assume that being around the guys is hard. It's your teammates. Is that how you approach this? Kind of separated yourself from it a little bit?
I had to get away. Yeah. It was something that I needed to do. If I stood here, I would go crazy, and I wouldn't be myself. So I decided to exclude myself from, not just take my time away from the team, just let these guys focus. Because I know after the hit, all you guys were going to ask about these questions, and I didn't want any distractions. Because at that time, it was like Game 6 or something like that. They still had 10 more games left. There's no need to worry about me. I'm not playing. So it sucked being away. I miss these guys, man, especially my DB core. I've been with those guys. I've been here for a long time now. I consider them an OG now. So being here, man, it's no other feeling than being around the guys you compete with, and you grind and you work for that goal to bring the city what they've been belonging for. Being away, man, it's a different feeling.
This is it for you with the sport. You seem at peace with it. Is that kind of where?
At peace with
that. This just might be it for you.
I wouldn't say I'm at peace with it, but reality is hitting. I don't think I'll ever be at peace with when the day comes when football ends, because it's in my DNA, and football is in me. It's always been in me. But I haven't made a decision, so I can't really answer that if I that kind of a question.
So when it comes down to it, you lock yourself in a room and decide by yourself and listen to your head or your heart? I mean,
no, man. I'm gonna keep living. I'm gonna keep enjoying this life. I'm gonna keep, the impact I have for these little people, these kids, and the people that hit me on Twitter and saying you're an inspiration. That's what I want to continue doing. That's what really matters to me the most. And if I can continue doing that next year, man, that would mean a lot. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna find a way to continue to do that.
Have you talked with Fred at all?
Oh, I talk to him all the time. I talk to him all the time. He's like my parents. He's like, man, I think it's time to step away, and he understands that if he was in my situation, it wouldn't be an easy decision. Just be like, okay, yeah, it's time to step away. But he knows that any decision that I make, he's going to be there for me regardless of if I am playing next year or if I'm not. That's just the brotherhood that we have, and it's a blessing to have a guy like Fred around.